It's time for the MLB.
Welcome to the MLBeat, where we look at the action from around the league. And it was an exciting weekend of baseball. It's always an exciting weekend of baseball. And we're going to start off with the most exciting series of the weekend. That was your New York Yankees at the LA Dodgers. We're going to get into the action from those ball games. And game one, the Dodgers, they went 8-5. The Yankees, they punched them right in the mouth in the first inning. Aaron Judge, he hits a homer. But then in the bottom of the first, Shohei Ohtani, the show must go on. He says, anything you can do, I can do better. He hits a solo shot. He ties up the ball game real quick. No time lost there. And then the Dodgers, they rally from a 3-run deficit. They score 4 runs in the 6th inning to take the lead. Shohei, he homered again. He had 2 homers in this game. Andy Pajes, he had 3 RBIs. And the Dodgers bullpen, they held up the Yankees to secure the win. That was a final of 8-5 again. Game two, Yankees. ¿Qué pasó, loco? ¿Qué pasó? Yankees, ¿qué pasa, papi? They get beat up in this one, 18-2. 18-2. 18-2 in the World Series rematch. It was a dominant performance by the Dodgers. They scored 18 runs, the most ever by a National League team against the Yankees in any game. Max Muncy, he hit 2 3-run homers, while Tommy Edman, Hayes, Sung Kim each recorded 4 hits. The Dodgers offense overwhelmed the Yankees pitching staff throughout the game. And then Sunday, Yankees avoiding the sweep. They salvaged the series in the ESPN night game. They win this one 7-3. Ryan Yarbrough, facing his former team, he goes 6 strong innings, allowing 1 run and striking out 5. DJ LeMahieu, that's my DJ. He led the offense with 4 hits and 2 RBIs, while rookie Ben Rice, he hit a pivotal 2-run homer in the 3rd. Ben Arroz. And then the Yankees capitalized on Dodgers starter Yoshinobu Yamamoto struggles, who was pulled in the 4th inning after giving 4 runs. Despite the Yankees winning the finale, the Dodgers outscored them 29-14 over the series. The series highlighted the Dodgers' potent offense and the Yankees' resilience in the face of adversity. And I believe that was Max Fried's first loss of the season, actually. So he is now 7-1. He'll be at the All-Star game in Atlanta as well. That is going to be exciting to see him back down there. He's definitely going to earn his ovation. Then we had the Cincinnati Reds at the Cubs. First game, Reds win this one 6-2. Cubs win the second game 2-0. And then to clinch the series win, the Cubs win the final game 7-3. Jameson Taillon, he earned his 3rd consecutive win, allowing 2 runs over 6 1/3. Michael Busch, he led the offense with a 2-run homer and an RBI single, while PCA Pete Crow Armstrong, he contributes 3 hits, 3 runs, and 2 stolen bases. He'll be at the All-Star game as well. Ellie De La Cruz, he provided a bright spot for the Reds with a 2-run homer in the 6th inning. That's the 12th of the season for him. Then we had the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago White Sox in Baltimore. Baltimore, they won the first game 2-1. They win the second one 4-2. And guess what? Game 3, they get the sweep. They win this one 3-2. The veteran Charlie Morton, Braves legend, Braves champ, he had a 6 2/3 inning of baseball, 1 run only, striking out 7. Charlie Morton, Uncle Charlie, he's back. They took a 2-0 lead in the 3rd inning with RBIs from Ramon Urias and Ryan O'Hearn. Dylan Carson, he added an RBI double in the 6th to make it 3-1. That was it for the ball game. The Baltimore Orioles, again, they bring out the brooms and sweep the Chicago White Sox. Next, we had the Milwaukee Brewers at Philadelphia. They win the first game 6-2. That's Milwaukee. Christian Yelich, he led the Brewers with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in this one, including a 3-run shot in the 5th inning and a solo homer in the 9th. This marked his 12th career multi-homer game. The Braves, not the Braves. I wish it was the Braves. The Brewers pitching staff limited the Phillies to 4 hits, with Quinn Priester earning the win by allowing 2 runs over 6 innings in relief. The second one, another blowout. Brewers, they win this one 17-7. Reese Hoskins, he went off. He had two 3-run homers. He had 6 RBIs. Jackson Churio, he went 4 for 5, including another 3-run homer and 5 RBIs. Kristen Yelich, he added with 4 hits. It was a complete shellacking. Jesus Luzardo, he allowed 12 runs in just over 3 innings. And then Sunday's game, the Brewers, they bring out the brooms because they sweep the Phillies. They win this one 5-2. Next, we had a 4-game set that started on Thursday. Toronto Blue Jays, they won the first one 12-0 against the Athletics. They completely beat them up. Excuse me here. I'm losing my notes here, guys. Sorry. 12-0. Athletics, they lose the second game as well, 7-11. Blue Jays, they won 8-7 the third game, and they win the final game 8-4. Bring out the brooms. That was it for the Athletics in this one. They are on a complete slide. Next, we had the Angels versus the Cleveland Guardians. The Angels win game 1, 4-1. Mike Trout, he returned. He went 1 for 5 as the DH. Good to see him back. Game 2, the Guardians, they win this one 7-5. And then last game, Guardians, they end up winning the series. They win this one 4-2. Gavin Williams, he carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning, ultimately allowing just 1 hit over 6 2/3 of baseball, striking out 6. Jose Ramirez, he led off the 4th inning with his 11th homer of the season. And that was it. That was the ball game. Next, we had the New York Mets the Rockies were at Citi Field. New York Mets hosting the Rockies yet again. They end up sweeping this one. They win the first game 4-2. Francisco Lindor, he led the Mets with 2 solo home runs from each side of the plate. Impressive to see from him. Juan Soto, he snapped from an 0-17 slump with an RBI double. And Starling Marte, he added a solo homer. David Peterson, he pitched into the 6th inning, allowing 1 run. And Edwin Diaz, he came in. Bam, 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 bam. He got his 12th save of the season. That was the ball game. The Mets, they bring out the brooms because they win the second one 8-2 and the final game 5-3. In that one, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, they homer in this one. And Clay Holmes, he achieved the career milestone, pitching 7 innings for the first time. Good to see from him. Reed Garrett comes in and then passes it to Edwin Diaz. He picks up his 13th save of the season. Next, we had the San Francisco Giants at the Marlins. The Marlins, they lose the first game 2-0. They come back and win the second game 1-0. But the Giants, they take the series in game 3. They win this one 4-2. And that was it for this series. Next, we had the Texas Rangers hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. The Rangers, they blow up their offense. They score 11 against the Cardinals. That was an 11-1 victory. The second game, Cardinals 2-0. And then the Rangers, again, showing more offensive prowess. They win the last game 8-1, and they take the series. Next, we're going to Detroit at Kansas City. Detroit, they won the first one in this AL Central matchup. They win 7-5. They had home runs from Riley Green and Dylan Dingler. He went yard. He dinged that one. Spencer Torkelson, he had a solo homer and the 8th. And that was his 14th of the season. Second game, Royals, they come back 1-0. It was a classic pitcher's duel. Tarek Skubal, he delivered 7 scoreless innings for the Tigers, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 7. But Michael Walker for the Royals, he was equally impressive. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. The game's only run came in the 8th when Vinny Pasquantino, he singled in Nick Lofton. Carlos Estevez, my closer, he got the save. That's number 16 for him. And then another close game. In game 3, the Tigers, they win this one 1-0. They clinch the series win. Zach McKinstry, he led off the 3rd inning with a triple. And then he scores on a wild pitch by Chris Bubich. Cater Montero, he started for Detroit, pitching 4 2/3. The bullpen then closed it out. Tyler Holton, Chase Lee, Tommy Kahnle, Yankees legend, and Will Vest, they combined to preserve the shutout. Again, Tigers playing great baseball. Keep it up. Keep it up. We go to Houston. There was a 4-game set here. The first one was on Thursday. Rays win this one 13-3. They went off offensively. The second one, they lose that one 1-2. Saturday, they go off yet again 16-3 in this ball game. Junior Caminero, he hitting 2 of Tampa Bay's season high 5 home runs and driving in 5 runs. Zach Liddell, he pitched his first career complete game, allowing 3 runs on 10 hits. The Rays had a season best 18 hits, and their 16 runs tied a season high. They end up losing the last game 1-0. Hunter Brown, he went 6 scoreless innings. That was his 5th scoreless start of the season. Very good to see from him. And I believe he has 8 wins now. He is the league leader in that category. 4 more games left. 3 more series left. Almost done, guys. We go to Arizona, the Washington Nationals at Arizona. Nationals, they won the first game 9-7. Josh Bell, he hit a 3-run homer in this one. And Robert Hessel, the third, he had 3 RBIs in this one. The Saturday's game, the second game, Nationals, they win this one as well, 11-7. That clinches the series win for them. The Nationals set a franchise record with a 10-run first inning. That was insane to see. Just keep the line moving. Keep it moving, fellas. And in the third game, avoiding the sweep, the Diamondbacks, they win this one 3-1. Eugenio Suarez, Gino, he hits a 466-foot 2-run homer in the first inning. Corbin Burns, he pitched 4 2/3, but he ends up exiting the game. I got to actually follow up on what was his diagnosis, but yeah, he didn't look too good. Right elbow discomfort in this one. But they end up winning the game. Next, we go to San Diego, Pittsburgh at San Diego. The Padres, they win game 1, 3-2 against the Pirates. Pirates come back. They end up winning the second one, 5-0. And then the Padres get the series win and the final game 6-4. Manny Machado, he homered in the first inning, and he hit a go-ahead sacrifice fly in a 4-run 7 for the Padres, who rallied past the Pirates to again win this one 6-4. And then our final series, guys, this is it. On the MLB, the final series, it was Minnesota at Seattle. The Mariners, they lose the first one. The Twins, they win this one 12-6. Mariners come back and they win this one in walk-off fashion, 5-4. In his MLB debut, Cole Young, he drove in the winning run with a fielder's choice in the 11th inning, lifting the Mariners to a walk-off victory. Kyle Raleigh, I believe they call him Big Dumper. I don't know why. Big Dumper, he hits his 22nd homer of the season, time for the league lead. Well, at this time, we got to look at the league leaders as of today. But then again, anyways, Mariners, they win the final game 2-1. They win this one. They get the series win. Why do I keep saying season win? They get the series win. And that was the action from the weekend around the league. News. We just had, like I said earlier, Mike Trout's back. That's good to see him back on the field again. Braves related, we had Freddie Gonzalez is now going to be the third base coach. Freddie Gonzalez, man, he kind of scares me a little bit, man. The last time Freddie Gonzalez was on the team managing, it was not a good look. This was the rough years for the Braves, so it doesn't his name just doesn't put me in a good spot mentally. But he's gonna be at third base. Hopefully, he makes better judgment calls than Matt Twisasobo. He's going down as a minor league director or something like that. So pretty much they sent him down. Hopefully, we get better sends to from Freddie Gonzalez, Freddie G. He has more experience as a third base coach, so hopefully it's gonna be okay. Hopefully, hey, maybe he sparks the team up. Who knows? Maybe he got a good speech coming in. We'll see what happens. Anyways, now we're gonna head. Actually, no. Listen, I'm bugging out, guys. My bad. Let's look at the league leaders real quick, and then we're gonna do some standings. Before we get into our final segment, league leaders, batting average leaders. Aaron Judge, 391. Do you guys think he's gonna hit 400 at the end of the season? I don't think so. He's probably gonna end up. What do you guys think? Let me know. Send that in. Send it via Gmail, send it via the IG. What do you guys think Aaron Judge is going to finish off hitting? I'm going to say 369. I'm going to just throw that out there. 369 for Aaron Judge. Anyways, Freddie Freeman, he's hitting 368. Jacob Wilson, the rookie, he's hitting 355. And Jacob Wilson's actually, he has just been named the Rookie of the Month along with Drake Baldwin. So congrats to them. And then the home run category, Shohei Ohtani, he leads with 23 homers. Kyle Raleigh, big dumper, he is also tied with him with 23. And then Aaron Judge, he has 21 himself. RBIs, Rafi Devers, he has 53. Seiya Suzuki with 52. PCA, 51. Hits, Aaron Judge, he's leading with 86. Jacob Wilson right behind him, 81. And Paul Goldschmidt and Jaron Duran, they both have 72. Stolen bases, Luis Robert Jr., he has 21 stolen bases. O'Neal Cruz with 20. And Bobby Witt Jr., he has 20. And now into the pitching side of the stats. Hunter Brown, he's leading with 8 wins. Max Fried and Carlos Rodon, a pair of Yankees, they both have 7 wins. Robbie Ray, he has 7. And Brandon Pfaadt from the D-backs, he has 7. In ERA, Chris Bubich, 1.43 ERA for him. And for the Mets, the Amazings, you guys are happy to hear this one. Kodai Senga, he sits in with a 1.60 ERA. And strikeouts, Gary Crochet, he just carved us up. He has 101 strikeouts. And Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals with the same number. Innings pitched, Gary Crochet, he's back up there, 82 innings. And Zach Wheeler, he sits with 76 innings pitched. And the save department, Robert Suarez, 19 saves for him for the Padres. And Andres Munoz for the Mariners, he has 17. And with whip that thing, Nathan Eovaldi, he has a 0.79 whip. And Paul Skeens for the Pirates at a 0.92. We actually had some games also that started, some series that started yesterday. That was the Colorado Rockies at Miami, the Angels at Boston, Milwaukee at Cincinnati, Detroit at the Chicago White Sox, San Diego at San Francisco, Minnesota at the Athletics, and the New York Mets at the Dodgers. And we're going to talk about this one on Thursday or Friday, but the Mets, they end up winning this one in 10 innings, 4-3. And then we have a few series starting today. Well, not a few, most of the other ones. Houston, they're going to be at Pittsburgh. Chicago's going to be Chicago Cubs. They're going to be at Washington. Cleveland Guardians at New York. In the Bronx against the Yankees. The Philadelphia Phillies going up to Toronto. The Texas Rangers will be going down to Tampa. Kansas City at St. Louis. Battle of Missouri. And the Baltimore Orioles at Seattle. Those are the matchups coming up tonight, starting tonight, the series for the next few days. And then just one final thing to do around the league since it's Monday. Let's look at the standings real quick. We are going to start in the American League. In the American League, the Yankees with a comfortable lead. They sit in first place, 36-22. The Blue Jays right behind them, 31-28. Again, 5.5 games back. The Rays 30-29, 6.5 for them. Boston Red Sox 29-33, 9 games back. And the Orioles 22-36, 14 games back. The Detroit Tigers 40-21. They're leading this one, the best record in the majors right now. They keep rolling, man. This team, man, they're like a complete team out there. They have a 6.5 lead over the Guardians. They're 32-26. Twins in third, 7 games back, 32-27. The Royals, 31-29, 8.5 games back. And the White Sox, you already know, they're down there in the basement. Seattle Mariners leading the AL West, 32-26. They're only leading it by half a game because the Astros are right there, 32-27. And they're doing it without Yordan Alvarez. So impressive to see from them. Texas Rangers 29-31, they're 4 games back. The LA Angels 27-32, 5.5 games back. And the Athletics, they're now on a 7-game slide. They're 23-38, 10.5 games back. That is it for the American League. And now we head into the National League. In the NL East, the New York Mets, they are in first. They're back in first. They took that over from the now struggling Philadelphia Phillies, who have lost 4 in a row. They are now 36-23, 1.5 games back. The Washington Nationals, 28-31. They're 9.5 games back in third place. Your Atlanta Braves, yes, your Atlanta Braves, they're 27-31. They are now 10 games back. And believe it or not, the Braves only have better records than 3 teams in the National League. That's your Miami Marlins, who are 23-35, 14 games back. And the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are 22-38. And, of course, the Colorado Rockies, who now finally hit double digits in the win column. They're 10-50. But when you see it that way, that's how bad it is. You only have better records than those 3 teams. So that means you literally got to turn it up now, guys. You got to turn it up now. But anyways, we're going to go into the NL Central. NL Central, Chicago Cubs in first, a little comfortable lead there, 4 games ahead of the Cardinals. They're 33-26. The Brewers in third, 33-28. They're 5 games back. They're on an 8-game winning streak. Get hot, baby. Cincinnati Reds, 29-32. They have lost 3 in a row. They're 9 games back. The Pittsburgh Pirates, 22-38, has, like we had just mentioned, they're 15.5 back. And in the NL West, the Dodgers, 36-24. They're in first place by 1 game because the Padres are right behind them, 34-24. The San Francisco Giants, 33-27. They're 3 games back. The Diamondbacks, 28-31, 7.5. And like I said, the Rockies, since I had mentioned their record, they're now 10-50, 26 games back. That's insane. That's crazy to see. Crazy to see. But yeah, again, the Braves I can't even speak. The Braves 3 game. What am I saying? Anyways, the Braves have a better record than 3 of the only 3 teams in the National League, which are, again, the Miami Marlins, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Colorado Rockies. So that is it for our MLB. You guys are all caught up. I'm caught up myself. Now we're going to head into our final segment.